Hey guys, Jason Hodge here, and today, day number 9. This actually is a pretty cool topic. It's the question is, what do you do to bring yourself peace and balance? What do you do on purpose to do that? And for me, that's a pretty easy one. And quite simply, I remember. I look back on all of the things that I've experienced, that me and my wife have experienced, and I began to count my blessings. And what ends up happening is that it becomes very easy to recognize that, okay, maybe the things that seem like they're hectic and all that really are not that much of a big deal, you know? And mainly because it's like, you know what? Kind of been through this already, or we've been through a lot worse. So, being that that's the case, why get all stressed out about this right here? Give you a good example. Years ago, when my wife and I got married, we were, at the place. We got married at this really cool house with a nice gazebo and nice trees and backyard, just real picturesque, right? And I remember that going into the actual day of the wedding, our thing was, hey, you know what? Everything is gravy. So long as my wife is there, I'm there, the pastor is there who is doing the marriage, and our witnesses, to make it legal. Everything else we looked at as gravy, meaning that, hey, okay, so now we've got the fundamentals taken care of. Now let's look at everything else as being an extra added bonus. So the folks who were there, it's like, okay, that's a bonus. It's great to be married, in front of all the people that we know and love. The food. Oh, okay, well, we'll eat that day. Oh, that's great. If we didn't eat that day, the important thing would still have gotten taken care of, which is that we got married. So, being that there was food there, that's another, plus. That's more gravy. And so everything that we looked at became just an extra added bonus to the day that we were looking forward to. Well, it just so happened that we had an opportunity to really put all of that into play because before the actual wedding took place, turns out that my wife's, I think the bottom portion of her wedding dress and her shoes were not present. They were back at the house, and so then somebody had to go drive back to the house to get it. Well, that day in particular, traffic was really bad. And so my sister, she went back and drove to get the dress. And also, I think my pants were also not there. So it was funny because when our friend, the photographer, was taking pictures all around, she came to me and she says, "Jason, I've never seen anything like this before." And I was like, "What? What? Like what's going on?" She says, "Well, Grace is in there. That's my wife's name. Grace is in there, and she's just relaxed and calm, and she's taking a nap." I said, "Oh yeah, yeah." And she says, "Well, I mean, normally at this point, she's done a lot of weddings, right? Taken a lot of pictures for a lot of weddings." And she says, "I'd be the one talking the bride, off the ledge, trying to calm her down because, of course, I want to get really good pictures. That's what you hired me for." And I'm, sitting there encouraging her and all of that in order to just kind of keep everything even. She says, "But I've never seen anything like this before. Your wife to be at the time is so calm, and I mean, everybody's just so calm about everything going on." We were already about an hour and a half late for the actual wedding to take place, right? And none of it made us nervous. None of it made us anxious. None of it, none of it phased us because we're like, well, you know, wedding can't start without us. So, what difference does it make to us that it's late? And if people can't stick around for it, that's okay too. So it's not a big deal. And we treated the whole day like that. Well, we ended up getting married, of course, and the day was the most unstressful day, even though things happened around us left and right that normally would have spoiled the day. Didn't bother us one bit. We kept perfect peace that day. So I said all of that to say is that for me, and my wife also, looking back and remembering the things that we've gone through that were less than appealing, and seeing how we made it through those things effortlessly, we measured the things that come our way against those things and say, it's not so bad, really. It's not a big deal. And then we move on. So it's keeping the things into proper perspective. Get the fundamentals handled, everything else is gravy. That's Jason Hodge, keeping it real. Hey, if you want to know how you can get involved in a community like this and share stories, gravy stories, right? I would suggest that you go ahead and click that link below and get involved. We are in the midst of our video challenge, this is day number 9, and we have a good time inside of this group. And we'd love to add more people having a good time or a great time, such as yourself. So click that link if you want to step outside of your comfort zone and stretch yourself and to grow yourself. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.